What's going on YouTube? Burlington Northern HO fan here, and today we're at the Illinois Railway Museum. I said I was going to make a museum video, and I finally have got the gumption to make one. It's July 4th. I'm wearing my Old Navy flag shirt for the 4th, and we're going to go see what the museum's doing for the 4th. Looks like they got the Rapid Transit 1754 sitting out there. It's pretty cool. Usually don't have that thing out. Got anything going on over here? Let's find out. Here we can see the door to the Zephyr open and the 938 Rock Island unit still sitting out front. Here we see our G-Tel still sitting where it usually sits, and our AEM 7 still sitting where it normally sits. Nothing really has changed up front on this part. And we see over here a trolley that's usually not run that often anymore. 144 is running today. Let's see if we can get on it. Here we have over here in the steam section, the Shave 5 is sitting dormant. She's not running today. Only Frisco's running today. Let's go take a look back in here, see what they got back there. There's the Borden's milk tank car, the last one left. Here we have one of the Lackawanna coaches. And two of the cabooses that they use for the caboose train. Back behind here, we got a good look at a steam-powered crane. I believe it's steam-powered. Could be wrong. Pretty neat. I'll go in there and look at the sign. Pretty neat. And it looks like if we read the sign, I was correct. It is a steam-powered crane, which is pretty cool. Looks like there's a build plate on it. Look at that. Pretty neat. It's cool. Here we have 2707. She's pretty rough. To the point where she's got moss growing on her. Let's take a look at that build plate, or the museum's plate on there. Here we have a good look of a more modern crane, wrecker. C&W, Chicago Great Western, flat car with the Chicago Northwestern crane. Pretty neat. Here we have number 26, all the way at the back. Looks like there's a plate on this one too. Looks pretty rough in there. walk around the back. Here we see 8380. She got repainted on the front, which is cool. Hopefully she gets the rest of her paint job done, because she definitely needs it. She's also missing a footboard. I don't know where that happened to the footboard, but here's our plate for the Grand Trunk 8380. And here's a cool steamer. This one's special because it has a special thing on the tender. It's got a booster, which is pretty neat. Take a look up in there in 8380's cab. Inside her tender. Yeah, that's pretty bad. The cab is non-existent. Anyway, let's take a look around the other side of this locomotive here. There's a sign about this one with the booster truck. Pretty neat. Alright, let's get back to the front of the train museum, shall we? Here we are at the Springfield Avenue station. We're going to wait for 144 to come back around the trolley loop. And we'll get on her and use the train to get to the front of the museum. There's a bell here too, which is pretty neat. So yeah, all the MOW equipment over there. It's pretty cool. But yeah, let's wait for 144. Also, here's the inside of that station. Just enough to keep you out of the weather. That's all it was for. You can take a sit on the bench if you want. Just like that. Pretty cool. Here comes 144. I don't remember the last time I got on 144, to be honest. So a cool thing about 144 here is that it's unrestored. When the museum got this trolley, it pretty much stayed in the condition that it was when it got retired from the CTA. So it's actually really cool that this is pretty much where it was left and when it was given to the museum. And the museum has preserved it this way. So a cool, neat fact about the guards that you're seeing on the windows. The Chicago Surface Lines did not want people sticking their hands out the windows, because if you would, when there was a double track line, the trolleys would pass so close to each other, you would hit your hand on the trolley that's passing you. entries. Transfer to mainline trains. Next mainline train is in 2 minutes. Exit the front of the car. As we go around the middle section of the museum in the trolley, we can see where they park a lot of their diesels. Here you can see the SD40-2, 6847. You can see the F9's BN1 and 2. You can see the TTI U-boat, the Metra electric business cars, and you can see the Chicago Northwestern Alco that they have, and a Canadian trolley that they're working on being able to run on the trolley loop. Electric Park. Electric Park is one of 5 stops you can get on and off at. Yes, there's electric meters under the seats. Like a big toaster. As I zoom in here, you'll see me zoom in on the Chicago Northwestern 7009 SD50, the ever so troublesome EMD killer SD50. So here we're in bar 9 now. Here's 4160, because they had the CNW weekend and they renumbered 4506, since it used to be. It was first owned by The Rock, then owned by C&W, and then they repainted it back to The Rock. And then they put patchings on it. So, it's pretty cool. Here's our huge Santa Fe Northern 2903. In 3007. Just kind of walking through, seeing if they moved anything in here. Obviously the Zephyr's sitting next to me here, but we all know that's where it sits all the time, so. 6523. $65.23. Hold on a second. Can't read numbers apparently. $63.23. Here's some information about $63.23 right here. Walk back over the tracks. Here we have 9255, the SW7, I believe. Here's our 803 Little Joe. Here's our Milwaukee Road E unit. Poor girl. She's falling apart. There's some information about it. Here's the GG1. Here's the front of the E unit. Look like they're getting some work done to it. Here's our 440 American right here. Some information about that. Here's a picture of the inside of a GG1. And also here's some information about it. There's Milwaukee Road 265. That's a good picture right there. Here's 4963. Here's some info about 265. Here's the Y3A. I got it right this time. 2050. Very cool Mallet locomotive. You beast to a locomotive. And they got a pretend firebox thing going on in there, which is pretty neat. Take a look in there. Here's the Casey Jones locomotive. Here's Navy 7. And 975 is now inside. Here's some info about 975. There's a random pender. A huge drawbar link. Looks like a River Rossi drawbar. Here's the DD40AX. It would still be cool to see this thing run. Not gonna lie. Probably beat the crap out of the track here, but it'd be cool. Here's the Chicago Northwestern bay window caboose. And the Rock Island transfer caboose. Here's little tank engine number 7. All right, and here we are back looking at 4506 / 4160. Pretty neat. Here's 8537, a little Army switcher. Pretty neat. Here's Illinois Terminal 101. There's 1630. At this point in the video, I went into their little station that they have next to the main track. And they got a lot of cool stuff in here. And one of the first displays they got in here is all the different movies and TV shows that they've filmed at the train museum. It's actually really cool how many different movies they've actually filmed there. In this part of the video, I went back to the L station to get on an L car from the early 1900s. It's actually really neat getting onto this car from an old L station.
Where's my conductor?
He's out here putting people on board.
See, when you do the exposure, I did the exposure on you, so it instead of getting.
Oh, welcome aboard Chicago Rapid Transit Company, car number 1754. This car was built by the Jewett Car Works of Newark, Ohio in 1906. We're the Northwestern Elevated Railroad Company. One of 4 companies, along with the Lake Street Elevated, the Metropolitan West Side Elevated, and the South Side Elevated Company, that built the Chicago Elevated System. The Northwestern built what is now the purple, brown, and north end of the red lines. The 4 elevated companies were amalgamated into the Chicago Rapid Transit Company in 1923. 4 has 2 Westinghouse 302B motors. Yeah. So the motor cars for the Northwest Elevator, the ones that we have, had only 2 powered axles on one truck. Similar to the 1797, which also has 1 powered truck. And the 1268 is a control trailer that's mated to it. Yeah, I don't really know why the CTA replaced them. Possibly for that reason, just because the newer motors are more reliable.
Until there's no snow.
Yeah, that was a problem with many railroads. That's GG1s had that problem in their very first winter. The air intakes at the front would draw in fine snow and short out the traction motors. They put diverters and shields on the air intakes. Okay, that's our meat. Those 2, they go the full main line route. You can see the 4 semaphore ahead of us just switched. Those 4 semaphores were taken from the approach to Northwestern Station. And they were installed here as our Spalding Junction westbound signals. Yes, the green and cream.
The way they went? That's going out
That's
going out right now.
And in this part of the video, we get on probably my favorite interurban that is at the train museum, Illinois Terminal 101. As I'm sitting on 101 here, we see Frisco pushing back. The coach train will come back to the station. And if I haven't explained it before, I'll explain it again. The reason why I love this interurban so much is because of the sheer noise that this thing makes and the sheer speed you feel when this thing is moving, even though you're only going 40 miles an hour. And the experience only gets even better when they run at night, because it's just you can't see anything, and all you're listening to is the noise that the car is making. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. And with that, after I was done with this ride and we headed back into the station, that was all I was going to do for you. Well, that's going to be the end of our July 4th at the Train Museum. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.